Welcome to My Body Fits. Today we're doing workout 3 of our super simple kettlebell series using 4 basic exercises: deadlifts, 2-hand cleans, goblet squats and 2-hand presses. Hi, I'm personal trainer and kettlebell coach Mel Anderson. Welcome to my channel. If you think you might be, or you know you're going through menopause and you're feeling tired, stressed and overwhelmed with all the changes going in your body right now, I know that the idea of long, high energy workouts can feel like the last thing you want to do. If you're like me and exercise plays an important role in your life, these changes can feel scary and overwhelming. Not to mention losing confidence because the workouts you used to love feel unobtainable. Well, you don't have to worry anymore. I've got you covered. When perimenopause started for me in my mid-40s, I didn't know what was happening and no one was really talking about it. Once I'd figured out a new approach to my health and fitness, I vowed to share it with other women and to get this conversation started with my clients. Kettlebells are a fantastic tool for people like us. You can do really effective workouts with very little time, space and equipment. Training with kettlebells brought my strength and my confidence back, and I'm going to show you how. I'm super excited to bring you this mini series of workouts that you can do at home anytime. And if you follow the URL here or in the description below, you can print off a copy of today's session and start to build yourself a library of workout. Now, if you haven't yet mastered these 4 exercises, make sure you follow the tutorial and practice first. But if you've been following this series and you're quite confident with them, you can go straight ahead to the workout. Okay, let's go through the deadlift. So let me show you first of all, and then I'm going to talk you through how you do it. So deadlift is just basically picking the kettlebell up off the floor, okay? So like this, and then you tap it down, back up and down. Okay, so the setup, you want the kettlebell to be in between your feet and the handles should roughly line up with your ankles. So it's literally right in between your feet there. We're going to hinge our hips back. Now, hinging just means I'm pushing my backside backwards. I've got a softening in the knee, not a bend in the knee, okay? So I'm reaching down to the floor, but I'm doing that by pushing my hips back, not so much bend in the knee, okay? From the side, this is how it looks. So I'm going to push my hips, push my backside backwards, and you see my hands, I can get closer to the floor then, okay? So I like to push my fingertips in my hips here because that gives me the cue to push my backside backwards. So fingertips into your hips, pushing your hips backwards. You're going to reach down for that kettlebell handle. You're going to take a really nice firm grasp of the handle, okay? And then from here, we want to squeeze our shoulders back and down, okay? Which gives us a nice kind of flat back. So from here, grabbing hold of those handles and pulling my shoulders back. That gives me a nice flat back, okay? So hips back, nice firm grip on the bell, pull the shoulders back and simply stand up, okay? Then I'm gonna send my hips backwards again. I'm gonna tap the floor and stand up. Tap the floor and stand up. Let me show you that from the side. So there's my kettlebell. I'm going to stand right over the kettlebell, fingertips into my hips, push my hips back. You see the knees are soft. They're not bent like a squat. They're just soft, okay? Firm grasp on the handle. Pull my shoulders back and down. Stand up and tap. Stand up and tap. Now, when you stand up, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your thighs, and don't push the hips too far forward, okay? So what we don't want to do is lean backwards against that weight, okay? Stand up nice and tall, shoulders back. Tap the floor, up, tap the floor. Okay, go and have a little practice of that now. Okay, next up, the 2-hand clean. Again, let me show you what it looks like and then I'll talk you through it. Okay, so again, Okay, so basically the setup is exactly the same as the deadlift. So I'm standing over my bell, my hips go back, hands on the bell, all the same as the deadlift. The only difference with the two-hand clean is instead of leaving the bell here, I'm switching hand positions and I'm driving the elbows down. Elbows are going to connect with my ribs. So in slow motion, here, grabbing the bell, come up, elbows go down and I switch the grip, okay? So watch carefully. Bell in between your feet, lining up the handles with your ankles. Push the hips back. Nice firm grip, pull the shoulders back, come up and quickly switch grip, okay? Elbows are driving downwards and then I'm going to switch that grip again and drop it to the floor. And again, and back down to the floor. And again, back down to the floor. Let me show you that from the side as well. So I'm going to set my bell up there. I'm going to stand over my kettlebell, pushing my hips back. Nice firm grip on the handles, squeeze the shoulders and up and elbows driving down, okay? To here and elbows driving down. Now you notice the bell isn't touching my chest there, okay? You don't want to rest that bell here at the top position. A nice little bit of space between your chest and the bell. Down to there. Go and have a practice. Okay, let's go through the goblet squat. So again, I'm going to show you what it looks like and then I'm going to talk you through. So, and, okay, so as you'll see, the setup, for this beginner version, the setup's exactly the same as the deadlift, all right? So I've got the bell in between my feet, handles lined up with my ankles, pushing the hips back into that kind of deadlift position and clean the bell as we've already learned. And that's your starting position for the squat, okay? Once you've got the bell up here, you're gonna find your comfortable sort of leg foot position, all right? So for some people, a narrow stance works really well. For me personally, and for some of you out there, I've got like less mobility in my ankles. So I need to find that mobility elsewhere. So turning my toes out ever so slightly gives me the space to squat down. So hinging at the hips, grab hold of the bell, squeeze the shoulders, clean the bell into position. And remember, nice little bit of space between your chest and the bell. From here, I'm going to take a little sniff in. I'm going to come down and I want my elbows to try to get inside my knees, okay? From here, standing up nice and tall. Okay, so down again and up. Now from the side, I'm going to show you from the side. Okay, so I'm turning my feet out. I've got my bell clean up here. I'm going to come down. Now, careful to not let that bell pull you forward like this, okay? Shoulders back, chest up and stand. Let's do one more. And good. And then dropping the bell into that hand position, popping it back down the floor. Go and have a little practice. Okay, the two-hand press. Let me show you it again and then I'll talk you through. So from here, I'm going to pick my belt up nice and safely, press with two hands, and back down again. All right, so the setup's the same again as the deadlift. So I'm standing over my bell. I want the handles lined up nicely with my ankles. I'm going to push my hips back into that hinge, okay? So pushing the hips back, grabbing hold of that bell nice and tight, pull my shoulders back, and I'm going to clean the bell into position, making sure I've got a nice gap. Now, from the side, what I want to do here is I'm going to ever so slightly lean my upper half back to make space to press that bell. Not too far, you don't want to be here, but if you're too straight, you're going to with your nose, okay? So a tiny little space maker here and back down again. Straight arms at the top, okay? So lock out the elbows and make sure you bring those elbows all the way back down. We don't want to come here and halfway, okay? All the way back down to the ribs and done. Go and have a little practice. Time to get our bells ready. But first up, let's have a little energy check-in. How are you feeling today? How much sleep did you get last night? How are your stress levels? And what are your commitments like after this workout? In other words, how much energy do you need to reserve? So I'm feeling pretty good today, but I have been doing quite a lot of hard workouts and I've got loads of busy work coming up. So I'm going to use a slightly lighter bell than usual today. I'm going to use my 12 kilo. Now, if you're not sure what weights you should use, follow the URL below to get my guide on buying your first kettlebell, where you'll find some help on what weights to use. Make sure you've got some water to hand and find a nice clear space to move. Okay, we've got our water ready, we've got our bells ready. Let's get our body ready with a little bit of movement prep. Roll in the shoulders. Nice big circles. Take your time, nice and slowly. Don't rush this bit. We're going to roll them forwards. Excellent. Feeling that sort of grinding feeling in your shoulders there? Me too. Okay, big circles. I definitely feel the grinds and the snap, crackle and pops here. Good, good. Take those really big circles. And the other way. Lovely. Okay, so making the circles as big as you can, putting those fingers up. Excellent. From here, we're going to reach up, take a nice deep breath in, grab hold of your wrist and push your hip in the opposite direction. So bending as far as you can, breathe in and over to the other side. Excellent. And in again, pushing that hip away, pulling your arm and breathe in and stretch. I love this stretch. Fabulous. Right, come to the end of your mat. We're going to take a nice deep breath in. Okay, so in as you reach up and then exhale as you roll down. Trying to get the top of your head facing the floor. So you're looking through your legs, knees are kind of locked out, and then just hang here for a few seconds and see if you can push your head a little bit further towards the floor. Walking the hands out now. Now, bend your knees if you need to get your hands on the floor. That's absolutely fine. We're going to walk the hands out, bringing your knees to the floor. And then we're going to push the hips back to your feet and then the hips forwards. So backside, back here. Bringing the hips forward, so really opening those hips up. Be mindful if you get like a little twinge in your lower back here, just don't drop the hips quite as far if that feels uncomfortable. So we're pushing back, we're pushing forwards, keeping your arms nice and straight and strong. As you come back, think about pushing your chest towards the floor. This feels really nice on my wrist, like the movement on my wrist, that feels really good. And then back, forwards. Let's do this a few more times and back. Good. Coming up to the kneeling position again. Now I'm going to take my left hand and I'm going to thread it through this space here between my wrist and my knee. Okay, so a little itch of my nose first. Threading the hand through. Try and bring your shoulder and the side of your head to the floor if you can. Then twisting and looking at your fingertips. So as close to the floor as you can, and then look up and twist and look up. One more time, twist and look up. Hands to the floor. We're going to do it on the other side. So poking your hands through here between the wrist and the knee, all the way through, coming as low to the floor as you can. If you can't quite get your shoulder and head to the floor just yet. Don't worry, don't force it. And you see, look, my arm's bent here to make that space. Don't force it, just go as far as you can. And practice. If you do this, you know, regularly, you'll soon get further and further. I have no idea how many times I've done that now on this side. Okay, hands under your shoulders, tucking the toes under, lift your hips up, pull your heels down towards the floor, walk your hands in, rolling up nice and slowly. Okay, little bit of a extra challenge today. We're going to take the rest out of the workout. So we're still doing deadlifts, cleans, squats and presses, but we're going to do 5 of everything, okay? So 5 of each exercise, no rest in between. So once you pick that bell up, you're going to do all the exercises. We're going to do 5 rounds a day because there's no rest in between each exercise. This takes much quicker. So we're going to do 5 rounds. If you want a short workout, go for 5 rounds. If you want a little bit of a longer one, just go back to the start and repeat, okay? So let's get our bells ready, get them set up. So in between your feet, handles lined up with your ankles. 5 deadlifts, 5 cleans, 5 squats, 5 presses. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch to cleans. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Switch into squats. So move your feet if you need to, reposition if you need to have it a little bit wider like me. 5 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Switching for presses. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So stay nice and strong until you've put that bell down on the floor. Shake it out, grab a drink. Okay, ready for round 2? 5, 5, 5, 5. Here we go. And 5 deadlifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switching to cleans. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Switching to squats. Adjust your feet if you need to. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. Adjusting for presses. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Strong to the floor here. Here we go. Grab a drink, have a rest. Ready for round 3? Here we go. And 5 deadlifts. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch to cleans. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switching positions for squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Presses. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Bell down. Shake it out. Grab a drink. Have a short rest. Okay, ready? We've got 2 rounds to go. This is round 4. Into it, let's go. Deadlifts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Switch to cleans. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Switching to squats. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Whew. Here we go for the presses. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bell down. Nice and safely. Grab a drink, short rest, and get ready for our last round. Okay, this is our 5th and final round. Let's go for it. 5 deadlifts. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Switch to cleans. 1, and 2, 3, 4, and 5. Ready for squats? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. Last lot of presses. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Bell down. Grab yourselves a drink and we'll have a nice little cool down. Okay, ready for a cool down. Let's move that bell out of the way, so off your mat, roll your shoulders, and taking some nice long deep breaths to try and bring that heart rate down to normal. So, and then long inhale, exhales. And one more. And good. Reaching up. And we're going to roll down. I'm going to come to the end of my mat here so you can see. Let's roll down. So keeping your knees locked out, top of the head towards the floor, looking through your legs. Roll up slowly. Take your time here. Reaching up. And again, rolling down slowly. Wonderful. Let's walk our hands out. Remember, you can soften your knees to get your hands to the floor if you need to. Walking the hands out. Just hold it here for a few seconds. Try and pull your heels down as close to the floor as you can. And think about pushing your chest towards your knees. You really feel that in the back of your legs there. Beautiful. Walk the hands forward a little bit more. Bring your knees to the floor, toes together, and then just widen your knees. Then flatten and relax your feet. So laces down there, okay? Sitting back into your heels. Let the hands stretch out as far in front as they can. Bring your forehead to the mat. Relax your arms down, pushing your chest towards the floor, and breathe. Lovely. Let's take the hands, sliding them to beside your head. Push yourself up from this position. Close the knees up. Hands go forward. And then we're going to bring our hips down. Remember, only take them down as far as feels comfortable, okay? If it doesn't feel comfortable to go really close to the mat, just keep them up here by having a little squeeze of your glutes to hold yourself up. So pushing as far as feels comfortable. Arms are locked out and strong here. Looking up. Good. Bring it back to the center. Come up into a tall kneeling position. I'm going to take my right foot and put it up in front here. So it might not look like it's my right foot. I don't know how it looks on video, but this is my right foot. My toe is now going to tuck under at the back, so I'm nice and stable. So I'm not going to fall over. Tucking the pelvis under, keeping my upper body really nice and tall. So already just tucking that under and squeezing here, I can feel a stretch through that hip, okay? So now I'm going to gently ease myself forward until I feel a bit more of a stretch, okay? So go ahead and do that. Just find that spot where it feels like there's your kind of nice max strength stretch there. Hand on your thigh and gently push yourself away from your thigh while still pushing forward here. Again, be mindful of how that feels on your lower back, all right? Don't push too far if you get a twinge there. Good. I'm going to take my forearm down to my thigh. So stretching it even further there. Then take my left arm up and over. Trying to get these fingertips as far from my knee as I can. Stretching all the way up the side of your body there. Oh, so lovely. So nice. Bringing it back to the center. Switch sides. So left foot forward now. Tucking the back toe under, so I'm nice and stable, so I feel really like I'm not going to fall over here. Tucking the pelvis under, upper body is nice and tall. Gently pushing forward till I feel a good stretch there. Hold that there for a few seconds. Breathe. Hand on the thigh. Gently push yourself away from your thigh while still pushing the hip forward. Ah, lovely. Good. Few seconds there. And then forearm down to your thigh, reaching up with my right arm, trying to take those fingertips as far away from my knee as I can. Lovely. Knees back together. I'm going to put my hands on the floor underneath my shoulders, tucking the toes under, lifting the hips up, pull the heels down to the floor, then walk your hands towards your feet. And then rolling up nice and slowly. All done. Well done. Thank Thank you for joining me today for this super simple kettlebell workout. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to grab your PDF of the workout. You get this free with every one of my videos, so you can make a lovely collection of workouts that you can do anytime. That's all from me today, but please join me next week when we'll be doing part 4 of this 5-part series, and we're adding a little more challenge. No, wait for it. You could do that better, I think. I just think like my hair is sticking out so badly.